Internet, and welcome back to Geeky Ent. And first and foremost, yes, I did get a haircut. Long hair was just a little bit too difficult to maintain, especially since I have curly/wavy hair. So I did went ahead and got a cut. So now that that's out of the bag, let's go ahead and get into this video. So on this video, we're going to go ahead and play some Hearthstone Battlegrounds. So the game has been out for about 2 months now or so. This particular mode, Hearthstone's been out for about 5.5 or 6 years. But on this actual mode, anybody can play and you really don't need to know what goes on. Basically, you're buying minions to help and attack your opponent. So essentially what happens is 8 people choose their character, or hero as it's called, and each hero has its own little power, a little bit of a tactic, I guess you can call it. And your objective is to ultimately win, be the best person out of 8 to win the Battlegrounds. Now you'll go ahead and spend your coins to buy minions to help influence your board strength, and ultimately throughout the game you'll be upgrading your tavern, and the tavern is where you'll be purchasing your heroes from. So instead of going on and explaining what it is, how about I just go ahead and show you. Alright, so this is the main setup for Battlegrounds. I have the choice of 3 heroes to choose from. So what we're going to go ahead and choose, you can see here each hero has its own little perk, and each one is a little bit different. So once you get to know the strengths and weaknesses of the characters, you'll be able to play to those strengths. In this case, I'm going to choose the Curator because at the beginning of the game he starts off with 1 minion that's of all types. Now Battlegrounds does have Battlegrounds has 4 types of minions to choose from, and that's demons, mechs, murlocs, and beasts. Each one's got its own little perk. So as you can see here, I have a beast to choose from, a mech, and a demon. And an amalgam has all those types of characters. That's why the Curator is pretty strong, because it can be all of them. Now as you also see, there's a 1 star here in the top left corner. That's how much attack power that minion can do damage to your opponent. So as you can see here on the left hand side, you got all your opponents in your battleground. And let's see, so you can see here, so here's the combat scene. So I forgot to mention that there's a buying scene and a combat scene. So that's how every round is. You'll buy your minions and then use those to attack. All those little 2 stars, I'll show you what's going on there. So here I have the choice. I can either upgrade my tavern, or I can decide to purchase one of these minions here. Each minion has its own little thing. I'm going to go ahead and just upgrade because I'm running a mech and an amalgam, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing. So like I mentioned, all these little 2 stars that just showed up, that's people upgrading their tavern. You can upgrade it up to level 6, and the higher tavern you are, the better minions you have, the stronger minions per se. So here's a little bit of the combat scene, and it's all an auto battler. So AFK didn't play anything. That's who this character is, AFK. And the reason being because her hero power, she skips her first 2 turns, but she gains a free minion from the next top 2 taverns. So you can see here, this one is, it gives your mechs +2 attack. This one here does beast adaptations. Here's a demon and a demon. I'm going to go ahead and take this because I have 2 mechs already on the board. And I'm going to go ahead and refresh my tavern here, and I have another one here. And you freeze your minions to basically, in the next purchase round, you'll be able to choose from those minions. The reason why I wanted to pick this particular Metal Tooth Leaper again is because when you have 3 of the same type of minion, they get upgraded, and I'll show you what that is. Hopefully we'll go ahead and get an upgrade here. So you can see here, I attack for 6 because I had the +1, +1, +2, then my tavern is there. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy him. This guy is cool because when he dies, he buffs all your minions on board. He gives them all +1 attack and +1 health. Let's see, maybe I'll get lucky and hopefully nobody bought him. I do like this guy here. He gives a random beast. You know, I'm actually going to save that because, like I said, this can consider a beast as well. So throughout the learning curve of the game, you're going to go ahead and actually see what the strengths and weaknesses are of each of the classes per se. Like I mentioned, the beasts, murlocs, demons, and mechs. Each one has their own strategy, but also, since I mentioned it's an auto battler, placing your minions is a critical factor. So like I said, right there it attacked. Pretty straightforward stuff.
You're good at this.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give this one, because it's gonna buff one of my 3 mechs and this guy here. Little carrot. Alright, since I have 3 coins left, if I use that, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what, take the taunt.
It's not the strongest, but it'll fight hard.
So a taunt minion is basically every minion that attacks, it has to attack the taunt first. And this little golden bubble here is called Divine Shield. Divine Shield means that it will not take any damage upon its first attack. I'll show you what I mean by here. So you see the first minion, it took 0 damage because that's just how it rolls. You can see there I'm attacking that, and it looks like I'm gonna die here. So, took 5 damage, but it's okay. It's okay. I think I got this, I hope. Alright, so here's another one of these dudes. I'll take him. And you can only have 7 minions on board, so you gotta also consider that. You can refresh the minions on board here for the cost of 1 gold on the bottom. So here's the 3. So when I buy this one, all 3 of them turn in, and you can see it gets a better thing, but the perk here is you get a minion from a tier, the next tier. So if I actually purchased up the next tier, I would have done better. Here I'm going to go ahead and take this guy and give a friendly mech. So this guy here give a friendly mech +2 attack, +2 health. Go ahead and put that there. I'm going to put him here just in case, and put the bigger attack minions on the left, because typically, like I mentioned, taunts are typically the minions that do get buffed pretty regularly. So let's see, this person, I don't know what they're quite running yet. This does not look good for me. So you can see now I'm gonna get hit pretty bad. These are the ones that I kind of, oh my goodness, that's more than I thought. So I just went from like 1st or 2nd all the way to 7th. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade my tavern tier, and let's refresh this. Alright. I don't want any of those because those are weak. So here's another triple. It's going to combine these guys here. It's going to give all my mechs +4 attack now, and I get another minion from the next tier. So poisonous, let me explain this and why I'm taking this one here. So I only have 1 Murloc on board. I'm actually going to take... Oh, crud. I actually don't want that because I'm not... Ooh, that's a mech. Put this here. The reason why I'm putting this one here is because if I run into a taunt with Divine Shield, this one attack will basically pop the bubble, essentially. So I mentioned this one gave a friendly Murloc poisonous. Poisonous means it'll automatically kill the minion that it attacked because it's poisonous. Hence the poison. Alright, this one looks pretty good here. I feel confident we'll win this one. Of course. So we actually got a lucky. Whatever, I'm tier 3 plus the 2. The minion was left on board. So this guy here's got a death rattle. He summons a random 2-cost minion, but he's also a mech, which is also what I want. So let's go ahead and see. Khadgar's pretty good. It synergizes well with these two guys here, but I don't have this. Alright, so we're going to take him and give more. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my Murloc here because I don't need him. And every time you sell a minion back, you get 1 coin. So I'm actually going to buff my mechs, give him +2 attack. And I'm going to sell this guy back again. Let's refresh this. It's basically all... I'm going to take him because he's magnetic. And do this here. I got to do this really quick. No, I'm going to buff him. So I'm going to take another one here. So magnetic means that this is a mech and it can magnetize to another mech and it combines. As you saw here, this amalgam has a bunch of stuff going on with it. What is going on here? Oh, so I'm fighting the guy that died already. So you also gotta determine like which minions you're gonna be selling back, and typically you want to sell the 1-cost minions because they deal the most damage. Deal the least damage. I'm sorry. Alright, here. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of this guy because he's... Actually, no, I'm gonna buy him first, because if you sell it, you're not gonna get that money back. I'm gonna go ahead and continue to buff him. And since I don't know what else to do, we're going to go ahead and buy him, because we already have one of him. So you can see each one's got their own little designation here. But for what I'm trying to do, it looks like I'm going to end up inevitably just doing a mech build. And what I mean by that is... all my minions are essentially going to be mechs. So you'll see closer to the end, usually every opponent, they're going to be running either... See, this one's got 4 demons here. They're running 2 mechs on their board, so that means they got other minions types. This one's doing a demon build. This one's running all mechs, because that's me. And then Murlocs. So this is always fun to see what goes on, and he just killed... my poison, which is not good. So this guy here, well, before he died, that little minion deals 3 damage to a random minion every time one of his friendly minions dies. So you can see that can get pretty ugly. So let's see here. I'm just going to not upgrade my tavern yet because I want to see what else. You know, I'm going to take another Zubot here.
It's good to get some minions in.
And if anything, I'm going to sell this guy here. Even though he's a 3-star.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
You know what? This is good to have too. See if I get roll any better. Okay, I'm gonna sell him so I can buff other people here. So you can see this one gives a random friendly beast, dragon, and murloc, but the way it works is it considered this to be both, so I got screwed over, essentially. Thanks, Blizzard. It usually happens. So that minion got attacked because these guys here have cleave, which attacks the minions next to it. So you can see here, this one gets attacked, and he summons a 4-attack, 6-health mech with taunt, which are these dudes right here. Whenever I try to explain what I'm doing and play, I don't really give my full attention to it, unfortunately. So this looks like it may be a pretty short game, and you know what? I think I am dead. Holy shit. And I'm dead. I don't dubbed myself the mediocre game player for nothing. So wow. As you can see here, I have a rating of 3,900 points. You start off with 4,000, and I've been hovering around this mark because I play the normal mode of Hearthstone more so. Um, so that's pretty much it when it comes to Hearthstone Battlegrounds. It's a pretty fun game. That mode is free to play. However, there are perks to when you actually buy stuff within the game. You can start off with 3 heroes to choose from instead of 2 on the free version. There's a bunch of different perks when you actually do put a little bit of money into the game. So until then, guys, this was Hearthstone Battlegrounds. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We do greatly appreciate all your help and support. Tell your friends about us. If you guys have any ideas of what you guys would like to see me play, or hypothetically what Mary and I can discuss, go ahead and drop a comment below. Don't forget to like our videos, subscribe to our channel like I mentioned again. And until then, guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to geek out. See you soon.